Hello, I'm Mike, and welcome to this part of my channel where I answer questions either that I had when I was doing my degree or that some people have asked me. And this time I want to talk about a year abroad and whether I would consider it. Because last time I talked about a year in industry, which is one of the options for a physics degree, where you take an extra year to work, in industry for a company. Another thing that you can do is take a year abroad, where you spend a year going to another country, to a different university in that country and experience physics as it's taught there. So, the question is, would I consider that, and what would I say if you're going to do that? Now, in the end, it wasn't something that I wanted to do, but I did think about it and ended up deciding it wasn't something that I'd like to do. Now, the reason that put me off was, like the year in industry, it's an extra year. So normally 3 years for a bachelor's, 4 years for a master's degree. Now 4 years for a bachelor's, 5 years for a master's, because that extra year abroad is a year added to your degree. So you're taking an extra year of your life for a degree which isn't, because you've done the extra year, it will probably be valued slightly more than just doing the 3 years, but it's still the same qualification. So it's worth thinking about it. It's worth thinking about, is this going to help me? Is this going to sort of help me do what I want? Get the job I want, or start the work that I want if I want to work on my own. As for what you do get, why you might consider it, if you are looking to take physics, or sort of take your career actually into another country, maybe after your degree you're thinking about moving, then you can get a year in that country, which, that's really useful. That's a good start. Also, because you've got the extra year, if you are considering working in that country, or working with a company that is in that country, you can now take a whole load of language courses with that extra year and sort of demonstrate proof that you can do that. So, okay, let's say I was thinking about, there's a company near me that, let's say it's a German company, and let's say they have a whole load of people who can maybe speak both languages. I don't know how realistic this is, but it might be, or maybe they hire for their English place and a place in Germany. Well, now I can experience working there, and I can learn a whole load of the language with that extra year. Maybe that's why you'd think about doing it. The usual sort of plug that universities make to sell this is that you can experience the teaching of physics from another perspective, because each university teaches in a slightly different way, and there's a very sort of wide difference between how different countries teach physics degrees. So one of the things I learned quite recently, which I didn't really know, is that in the UK there's a very heavy practical emphasis in physics degrees, in a way that, say, so other countries, like I think Spain was the one that I heard about, is a lot more theoretical. Most Spanish universities are a lot more theoretical in their outlook. So if you're interested in that, maybe, although I don't, so I'd say, because I'm being quite downbeat about this, but I don't personally think that's worth taking an extra year and an extra $9,000 in debt to see how other countries do degrees. I can't justify saying that I think that's worth it. I don't. It's not something that I would do. But as I say, if you're really thinking about moving into another country, if you're really considering that, then I suppose it has its advantages. But anyway, that's a year abroad. That's my very biased, probably stupid political thoughts about it. So there you go. See ya.